Do you remember what you said the first time? It's not true.
And that's exactly why they're throwing this crap at me. Because my denials will look like lies. It's politics.
The problem is, Peter, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I think we've started off in such a great place. I feel like it could be our first season. It just feels fresh and new, and the people in it are excited, and everyone's working very hard. I think it's the best ensemble I've ever been in. I shouldn't say that. I mean, but the thing is, when I was in Sex and the City, I really only worked with SJ, which was just wonderful. But I didn't get a sense of working in the ensemble like she did. Law and Order was fraught with a lot of tension and divisiveness, and it was my first big job, and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't it was no party. This is hard work, long hours, but I'm working with extraordinarily talented people that raise the bar, and the work ethic is great. Jules is just a wonderful actress and really a dedicated one. So, and we get awesome guest stars, just awesome guest stars. I mean, the list goes on. Just lately we had Brian Dennehy, Alan Cummings. He's a part of the ensemble now. I have a good time with him. So, the more the merrier, really.
Excuse me.
You want the photo?
Sorry. Thanks.
Sure.
You have her on this?
Yeah? Why?
She wants to be on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do I need to know here, Peter?
Nothing. Let's go over this.
You can't be a politician and just be a good guy. It's too complex. There's too many facets of your personality you need. And good can be boring. Look at Jimmy Carter. But we won't go into that.
Miss Yeager.
Mr. Morgan, I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Dr. Mark Muir. He worked on HMS Dreadnought.
I was her chief metallurgist, sir.
Big battleship.
But yours will be bigger.
Yes, she will.
Blood and Steel, the story of the making of the Titanic, not the sinking. I play J.P. Morgan. Money. No, that's actually the sort of, it seems to me, reputation that a guy like that has. Actually, he was an extraordinarily complicated guy. I'm on sort of in the periphery of this miniseries. I come in and out at certain parts, but I put the money behind the Titanic, of course. One of the main, I owned a lot of railways, and I had a vision of this ship being a part of a bigger thing, and ports and trains, and the ship would take you to the port, and then my train would take them to my hotels, and a vast capitalistic structure. But it's a fascinating, actually, miniseries because it doesn't focus on the tragedy. It focuses on the aspirations and dreams of building what was 100 years ago the most incredible thing going.
I've spoken to the president. The New York pier will be extended to accommodate the Titanic.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, he owes me one after all.
The one thing I regretted is we didn't have time to do the makeup. He had a really terrible nose. It's sort of a combination of Jimmy Durante and W.C. Fields. He was very self-conscious of it. It was almost an elephantitis. Hated photographers, don't blame them. But we couldn't do it. So we did a great period mustache. The hardest part for me, I think, was, I was working with all English, and the great Derek Jacobi, wonderful actor, an amazing actor. Most of the cast was English, Irish. The two Americans, Nev Campbell was in it. The main actor was Canadian, Kevin. But J.P. Morgan was American. The thing was, I couldn't find a recording of his voice. There just wasn't one. So the sounds, because an American sounded different then, and the idea is to get rid of all your contemporary. I don't think he had perfect English or anything, but he wasn't British. I found that to be sort of challenging, and I'm not sure I found his voice, actually. It was sort of an education for me. I had no idea that you've got 16 million hungry kids in the United States, that 1 in 6 people in America are hungry. And having a child myself, it sort of hit home, and also living in a city where the last thing, with all the food and restaurants we have here, did I realize that it was a crisis in our own city. With so much in the news going on about what faces us, we lose track of a very fundamental problem that we think, because we're such an affluent country, that we don't have to worry about. It's not just in the Appalachian Mountains, although it is there. It's not just in rural, it's in our most richest cities. This city, you just don't see the face of it.